Learning your most important lesson early.
Learning your most important lessons early. The importance of learning basic lessons first. Basic lessons contain the essentials of action and performance, which are later advanced as your capacity to experiment new things on your own is proven mature and dependable. Quite often, you have to stick with basics first until you are judged mature enough for other advanced knowledge to enhance independent performance. This is where rote system of learning comes in. Someone more experienced has to monitor your performance in relations to the basic lessons you have learned, and so you are required to repeat and repeat until you gain mastery of the basics before moving on to the next level in whatever it is. In trading, the experience and learning curve is the same. Most training programs saddle you with the basic concepts because these concepts enable you to communicate better as a trader. In this special training also, you learn the basics first, and the basics in this case are not mere financial market concepts, but the rudiments of making profits. You are shown how to take basic actions that will guarantee your profits so that when you are used to making small profits, you can then upgrade your trading with other advanced trading formulas. That's why you begin with lesson 1 on MTROV 1.0 trading formula, because this is the basic trading formula for making profit from your first day as a trader. Thus, learning MTROV 1.0 trading formula in lesson 1 is your most important lesson to be learned in this training program because it immediately enhances your capacity to make profit by repeating a set of rules only. The importance of learning your most important lesson early in life and as a trader cannot be overemphasized. You experienced it in school when you had to learn basic sounds and counting the first 10 numbers, then joining sounds to form words, and then writing both alphabets and numerals. If you had missed these basics, you probably would never be able to read, write, and count today, even as an adult. Such is the lesson on MTROV 1.0. It is your most important lesson because without it, you won't be able to trade confidently and make profit later as a trader. However, later here doesn't mean in a distant time in the future, but when you advance to learn other trading formulas. So it comes first in this special training. The MTROV 1.0 trading formula is so powerful that it almost eliminates the possibility of loss if you have a very large amount of capital to trade at once. That means if you could max out your $150 by 1,000%, such that you actually trade with a trading balance or margin, as it is called, of $15,000, then loss becomes perfectly eliminated with MTROV 1.0. With this trading formula and enough balance, you will never fear to lose ever again because you will never lose in any market phase. You will trade so confidently as if you owned the market because at this point you actually own the market when you know how to apply MTROV 1.0 with a large trading balance. That's why MTROV 1.0 will be the most important lesson you will learn in this training, and you are made to learn it first on the first day as lesson 1. So you learn it quickly in order that you can apply it quickly and start making profits quickly. Nevertheless, since an average trader will never be able to trade a total of $15,000 margin per trade in a margin trading account, it is best to think about accepting loss a few times, even when trading with MTROV 1.0 trading formula. And because of this partial possibility of loss, you have to trade with a mindset of accepting loss, as a result of which you don't risk all your capital. You protect your profit and capital by withdrawing every 1 cent you make after every trade. That way, if loss ever occurs, when it does, you don't give back the profit you have made. And still, while applying MTROV 1.0, you will need to start with V10 as an asset. V10 in this case implies volatility 10 index asset trading to further minimize the possibility of loss. This is the basic lesson you learn, and it makes you become a confident and consistently profitable trader from the first day of completing this lesson. You will have to always consider reducing your risk capital by 50% per trade. Ordinarily, the recommended trading capital for MTROV 1.0 is $300, which if divided by 10 becomes becomes $30 per trade. And yet, this risk capital of $30 is further reduced by 50% to $15 per trade. This 50% reduction of your risk capital keeps you even more confident, knowing that you are trading with only what you can afford to lose. Now that you have reduced your risk capital to its barest minimum, you are exposing only $15 to the market per trade. And it is on this minimal risk capital that you are still expected to profit from 20% to 40% per trade on 2 of 3 possible outcomes that make 100% win rate with a $20 to $40 profit margin per trade when the odds are completely in your favor. Why? The only time the outcome becomes 50% possible win or lose, your profit margin is even further raised to 115% per trade, where loss is only 85%. So, loss is never 100%, even in the 1 of 3 possible outcomes where loss could occur with a 50% probability. This makes the MTROV 1.0 trading formula the most reliable formula for trading with assurance of capital protection up to 15% guarantee when loss occurs. Now you have more reasons to trade with confidence, knowing that for the first time ever, you can trade with a $2 edge without the possibility of losing all your capital in any single trade. If you traded 10 times and all trades had the same 50% win or lose probability, and you had equal win and lose rates, you still make profit at the end of the day, as demonstrated here, where risk is equal to $15 per trade, loss is equal to $13 per trade, but you lost 5 trades, therefore you lost a total of $65. Then you saved $2 per lost trade, which means that in 5 trades lost, you saved $2 multiplied by 5, and that gives you $10 of savings. Then win is $17 per trade, and you won 5 trades, and that is equal to $85. Then loss versus your win ratio will be equal to $85 minus $65, and that will be equal to $20. Then profit versus total savings will be $20 plus the $10 you saved. That is total of $30. This shows that your daily profit margin is $30 or 20% per day, when your risk capital of $30 is reduced by 50% to a total of $150 per day. Hence, even with equal win or lose rate of 50%, you still make an average profit of $30 per day. With the probability of making $30 per day, if you trade 10 times per day, you are able to establish a comfortable $900 monthly income for yourself, only trading with the MTRO V1.0 trading formula. This is a trading formula you learn in lesson 1, and with it completed in one day, you can start trading and earning $30 daily income from the first day. This is what you get from this special training, which you access with only $100 one-time fee, and yet you don't get limited to learn only one trading formula. You actually learn 7 different trading formulas in 7 unique lessons completed in 7 days. Thus, this training is undervalued. You are paying less to get more from this training. If you enroll for this training with $100 and you trade a capital of $150, it means you spend a total of $250 only to put the skills and knowledge acquired from this training into use. If after the first day of this training, you apply the first lesson, you learn on the MTROV 1.0 trading formula in day 1, and you start earning $30 per day, you will make profit that covers the amount you spent on this training alone in 5 days of trading while still on the training. That means in 5 days on this training, you would have already commanded an average profit of $150 from trading with knowledge gained from lesson completed in the first day of this 7-day special training. Thus, before completing the training, you would have recovered the cost of $100 spent to purchase this course to enroll for this training. Plus, you make an addition of $50 in gain in only 5 days. By the next 10 days, after already profiting on this training, you will earn another average income of $300, and so in total of 2 weeks of taking this training, you would have made a huge profit of $200, while already fully paying down the total cost of this heavily discounted special training plus your trading capital fully recovered. And yet, in 15 days only, you have realized an addition of total of $200 gain as cash in the bank. This shows that this training is not like a promise and fail program that promises you to make money that cannot be earned without wasting more resources of time and money in vain. In this case, you make no extra expenses after enrolling for this training and funding your trading account. Out of a total cost of $250, you make an average income of $30 multiplied by 10 in 10 days, giving your $50 or giving you $50 profit by the 10th day. Your profit grows to $350 by the 20th day, and by the 30th day, your profit in 1 month alone grows to $650. Then, in each subsequent month, you add $900 income to the profit you have already made by the 10th month. That would be $9,000. Then by the 12th month, you are making well above $10,000 profit from this training. Yet the training only costs you $100 to enroll in. So take your calculator now and run the numbers for yourself, from $100 to over $10,000 profit in 12 months. Where else do you get this kind of figures in such a short time? In only 1 month, you spent a total of $250 and made a profit of $650 while already recovering the $250 spent. Your total monthly income becomes $900 from the first month upward, and it is all made possible simply because you enrolled for a training that cost you only $100. So, if you don't enroll for this training, you don't gain anything. In fact, you actually lose over $10,000 in 12 months just for not enrolling for this training. you continue to lose over $10,000 annually for still not enrolling for this training. But where else do you get this kind of figures in such a short time? In only 1 month, you spent a total of $250 and made a profit of $650 while already recovering the $250 spent. Your total monthly income becomes $900 from the first month upward, and it is all made possible simply because you enrolled for a training that cost you only $100. So, if you don't enroll for this training, you don't gain anything. In fact, you actually lose over $10,000 in 12 months just for not enrolling for this training. You continue to lose over $10,000 annually for still not enrolling for this training. But do note that this special price of $100 is only for the first 20 persons who enroll. So, if you miss this special available sponsorship, while slots are still available, you will have to pay over $10,500 total value for this training. Otherwise, you won't ever get access to it ever again. Because what you are being offered is proprietary to the training organization, and the sponsorship available that makes it affordable is only for the purpose of promoting the sponsor as a new wealth management company looking to spread its asset management solutions across different regions in Nigeria, thus sponsoring this special training for only 20 persons who enroll per unique region where it intends to cover with its service reach across Nigeria. This sponsoring entity is none other than Fraudbank's Estates Family Office. Without this sponsor, you won't even access this special training at this special price of $100 because this training is not for the public domain. It is rather a proprietary intellectual property of Trade Benefits Talent Factory responsible for trading the financial market exclusively with its own team of staff traders who are also trading contractors for its sponsor as a financial institution. So, if you purchase this training, you will be among the few lucky persons who are not affiliated with Trade Benefits Talent Factory to ever access this source of steady income and income growth that enhances your financial capacity to earn over $10,000 annually without relying on your day job. More so, or ask yourself, can you compare what you gain in 1 month on this training with what you spend to access this 7-day special training in the same month? No, you can't compare them at all. Your cost is completely insignificant in comparison with your gain. Your gain is far above your costs, which shows that the training is underpriced for your gain to be over 800% of the cost of this special training in 1 month only. Your cost is below 1% of your annual gains also. So, what else can you compare with the value of this training? What can you do outside or without this training that can give you over 800% gains in 1 month? What can you compare with the value of this training every month? Here is a training that costs you only $100 and returns gains of over $900 to you every month without additional or recurrent costs to worry about. Is there any other better way to spend $100 and gain $900 in 1 month? You can compare nothing else with the value of this training, and yet you are given access to this special training at such an underpriced cost of $100. That's what overgenerosity is about. Oh yes, you are getting this because the sponsor of this training has been generous enough to consider the need to have a few 20 persons enjoy this training at such a heavily discounted rate. So, if you are not getting this as at Now that there is sponsorship available, you might never be able to afford this training for yourself. So you can't give any excuse for not taking advantage of this special training at such an incredibly low and generous price with an exaggerated or extravagant value of gains awaiting you for completing this training. Extravagant, of course, not just exaggerated, because in exaggeration we mean something blown out of proportion, but in this case it is extravagant because it is well above the value already shown here, since comes when you trade with the first lesson alone, and yet you have 7 lessons to gain from. So if you take important things or life-changing opportunities like this seriously, then enroll now and save months of laboring for low income as a Nigerian whose minimum wage is just below $50 and whose civil servants don't even earn above $300 per month, even with all the hypes for civil service workers seeking security and pension, whatever. Stop whatever else you are planning right now and enroll for this training right now. Click the button below to enroll now. See you right there in class.